Jessica, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us today. Just spoke to Peter Beardsley, and that was a defining moment in my life, certainly. But, he kind of captured the essence of Newcastle Gateshead in a way, down to its friendliness of its people and all the lively things that are going on there. And it's certainly in the business world as well, one of the most popular destinations for conferences in the UK. So I just wanted to ask you first how you've achieved that and how you managed to maintain it and what you do to sort of keep that spirit alive, as it were.
It's been such an interesting journey, Brett. We first came to Confex 8 years ago, and at that point people had maybe heard a little bit about Newcastle, but certainly didn't understand Newcastle Gateshead, the destination. They maybe knew bits and pieces about the city, but not that much more. And over the course of the 8 years that we've been coming to this show and bringing people to come to the city, hosting big conferences and events, people are really starting to get a sense of what the place is all about. And I think, like I say, Peter really sums that up in terms of the friendly welcome that people receive and the kind of the passion of the people that live and work and study in the area. And I think what we're finding now is that more and more people from outside the area want to come and kind of taste it for themselves and kind of get a sense of what the place is all about and make the most of the kind of iconic backdrop we've got. You know, we've got the great venues, we've got the hotels, we've got a really interesting package to offer people. And we're finding now more and more people want to try something a bit different and try somewhere they haven't been before, and that's exactly what we can give them.
Fantastic. And it has been sort of building, as you say, you know, in the past, 10 years ago, the Angel of the North went up.
Yeah.
And since then it seems to be on a bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of keep that momentum going? Can you talk about some of the recent developments, you know, the things that are happening right now?
We've had a number of new kind of additions to the hotel bed stock recently, which have really allowed us to compete on it on the next step up, if you like. So just at the end of 2008, we had a new Hotel du Van open in Newcastle, which is a really stunning 4-star boutique property, 40 bedrooms, beautiful river views. And it's actually it makes us now one of the only UK cities that has both a Hotel du Van and a Malmaison in the city. And I think that's kind of emblematic of how the place has really moved on, in that we're attracting the real top end, the creme de la creme of the market, and we've now got some really good product to offer them. So we've got the top end Hotel du Van stuff. We've also got a number of new hotel developments opening up in the coming months and years. So we've got a Staybridge Suites which opens in early April 2009. We've just had confirmation that Jury's Inn are going to be building a second property in Newcastle Gateshead, which is going to be a 200-bedroom, 3-star property, again on the riverside. And I think the confidence that we're seeing from the hotel investment sector is really showing that they have confidence in seeing how the destination's growing and that there's still more potential for future growth in Newcastle Gateshead, which is brilliant.
But it's not just the venues, is it? I mean, there's a lot else, even in straitened economic times that we're seeing now. I think people are looking for a little bit of extracurricular activity. There's the incentives as well. So what do you have to offer in that respect? Well,
I think, like you say, when times are tight, it's more important than ever that people are creative, that they're innovative, and they use their events carefully to make sure they're really delivering what they need to deliver. In terms of incentives, we've just got so much on the doorstep, whether it's, you know, the kind of traditional team building activities, the out and about getting dirty in the beautiful countryside, or using a lot of our cultural venues to really get people to work together and develop their own skills. So a lot of our cultural venues have got some brilliant offerings. So, for example, Tyneside Cinema, which is a stunning Art Deco cinema, which has just been recently refurbished. There's all kinds of group activities focused around film and filmmaking, which has gone down an absolute storm. Our theatres, the North East and Newcastle Gateshead in particular, has been really well known for producing great new writing. And a number of our theatres are translating that into the groups and incentive markets, to either through training or through team building or through kind of incentive events, to really bring people together and use cultural events as an opportunity to get together and work together. So
over the past 5 years or so, how have you seen the markets change? I don't know, I mean, you obviously get a certain amount of people from overseas. How's that, is that a growing market at the moment?
It certainly is for us. I mean, what we're finding is that now that the destination has a track record in delivering major national and international events, particularly in the association market. That obviously breeds confidence for other buyers to bring their events to our area. And it also means that each time we hold another event, we've come up with new and different ways of doing it, and really learning about how the city works and how the city can respond to major events. So we're seeing a huge amount of confidence from conference organisers, and when, again, with the strength of the euro versus the pound, we're getting a lot of interest, particularly from European associations, who are saying to us that they've wanted to come to Britain for a number of years but haven't been able to afford it. But now is their opportunity to do that, and certainly using some of the cities, Newcastle Gateshead, Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool, they're getting that opportunity to really try something new and different, and actually in a very cost-effective way, so it's great for us.
And have you noticed any change in the sort of requirements, with perhaps people having a little bit less money to spend than they would normally do?
I think people are having to be, like I say, they're trying to be more creative. They're having to make sure that they're not able to be ostentatious, if you like, but they're having to deliver real value for money, real return on investment, and really understand what they're trying to get from their events. So to be honest, we haven't seen a huge mega shift in the kind of events that people are coming to us with, and that is partly because their money goes much further. In our neck of the woods, they can still use 4-star hotels. The budgets are there, but they don't have to compromise on the quality.
Okay, so my final question then is, in a nutshell, if I was a conference buyer and I was just about to sign on the dotted line that I needed a few sentences to really convince me, what would you say? What would those sentences be?
I think I would say what you've got if you come to Newcastle Gateshead is a new, different, dynamic destination that really allows you to use the backdrop of a stunning city that combines beautiful history, stunning kind of contemporary architecture, but also now in a place that has a proven track record of making events work, but making events work differently, creatively and innovatively, that will leave delegates with lasting memories. And that's what an organiser is trying to achieve, and that's what we're trying to achieve with our destination as well.
Well, everybody good luck with that.
Thanks, Brett.
And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.